Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be breaking down the latest draft news, breaking down all the picks and all the players. Before we get started though, please drop a quick like and a sub. It would really help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, let's dive right into the video and I hope you enjoy. So now at pick number 3, the San Francisco 49ers, obviously remember they traded up for this pick with the Miami Dolphins, and they go out and select Trey Lance. And I thought this was the guy that they would end up going after, especially after deciding to hang on to Jimmy Garoppolo, deciding to keep him on the roster. I think Trey Lance made the most sense. With Trey Lance's ability to spread the ball deep downfield with his big arm strength, but also use his legs to be mobile outside the pocket and really run and pick up first downs, he's really raw. And all the athletic traits are there, but he's really raw. And I don't think he's ready to play now. But to be honest, I think he might have the biggest potential of any of the quarterbacks in this year's draft class. And that includes guys like Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson, who I also think have immense potential. The raw traits and the raw attributes that a guy like Trey Lance possesses reminds me almost of a guy like Josh Allen. And what we've seen from Josh Allen last year was absolutely, that was MVP type numbers. It was an MVP type performance. And yeah, sure, Stephon Diggs really helped that. But, the 49ers offense is an offense that is so dynamic because I love what Kyle Shanahan does. His ability to use running backs and motion wide receivers almost as running backs, gadget type players to be really successful. Guys like Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk can then really rely on a strong offensive line and a good tight end in George Kittle to really get the passing game and the running game and get the mesh going. And that's exactly what Kyle Shanahan does. And I think Trey Lance fits that system too. However, as I said, he's not ready to play right now. And I think he still could play in the NFL. I mean, I'm not saying that he couldn't play in the NFL, but I think the results that we'd see from year one Trey Lance would not be exactly what the 49ers would be hoping for. And it's kind of similar situation to Josh Allen. If you look at those year one stats with the Buffalo Bills, they're not pretty. But nonetheless, a guy like Trey Lance, just the pure athleticism and the pure, traits that he has, the ability to throw the ball downfield, the ability to run, those things are special skills and special attributes that I think that Kyle Shanahan can really work with. With that said, they've still got Jimmy Garoppolo on the roster, and they wanted to keep him on the roster, so this makes sense. You let Jimmy Garoppolo start. You let Trey Lance sit behind Jimmy Garoppolo for a year, maybe a few weeks, somewhere between a few weeks and maybe the whole season, depending on how you're doing with Jimmy Garoppolo. And then you bring Trey Lance in week 6, maybe week 7, maybe even next year. Depends how well Jimmy Garoppolo does. But nonetheless, you allow a veteran quarterback like Jimmy Garoppolo who can still help you win now. And that's exactly what John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have said. You let a guy like Garoppolo do his job, but also teach the next generation for the 49ers. So I think this is a really smart move by the Niners. They're looking at the potential here, not that they need to play now. And I think that, Trey Lance can bring a lot to this offense, especially with what Kyle Shanahan likes to do with motion, with, different gadget type players, guys like Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. You even have George Kittle, strong offensive line. Trey Lance can really, he can really do a lot. The only concern with him is how well can he really throw the ball? Because we've seen him as a runner, really dynamic runner, but, he only averaged 18 career pass attempts per game at North Dakota State University while he was a starter there for his full season. Which remember was not last year because he opted out due to COVID, but it was the year before. So that's the only concerning thing. But once again, with a year in the NFL, being a backup, maybe even a few weeks, going to training camp, working with the receivers, I think that he can really improve, take some steps forward, and become a more polished passer, which is something we did not see from Josh Allen in his first year. And I'm going to continue making that comparison. But nonetheless, like this pick from the 49ers, they realize they've got a good roster, but they want to get that quarterback for the future because they think that Jimmy Garoppolo isn't really the long-term answer. So I love this move here by the 49ers. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, see ya.